It's been another high-octane, action-packed week of Karen activity, reaching an all-time high. If you're checking with the meteorologist, you'll know that there's at least been a 90% chance of a downpour of Karens on any given day this last week, so it's been pretty wild. Pandora's box has been fully opened, and now we're left with the wrath and the chaos of the Karens. I can't help but draw similarities between what's happening right now and what happened in my favorite movie, 1999's The Mummy, when Brendan Fraser and the crew accidentally revive a mummy, and then as a result of this there were plagues that were put upon the world. I feel like something might have happened in this day and age where someone opened a sarcophagus and the only plague that came with that was these Karens. We'll go ahead and start with the most popular Karen sighting this week. This one's actually pretty special and pretty scientifically important, I'd argue. This isn't just some generic Karen, this is actually the guardian spirit of blueberries Karen. She comes out when she feels blueberries are being threatened, and it's someone we've read about in fairy tales, but until now we've never had video evidence that this Karen even exists. This is like finding a video of Bigfoot.
I pay taxes, I pay for this park, and I don't like to see people wrecking it.
We're not wrecking it. There's literally so many berries everywhere.
Oh my god, we're not wrecking it! Oh, there's so many berries out here, there's so many berries!
I cannot.
Complete twits.
You ever get so mad at someone that you just bust a fucking move? This Karen got so upset that she just couldn't help but hit the electric slide part 2 right then and there. I've said it before and it's absolutely true. Karens are just like children with temper tantrums and shit like that. Basically, a Karen is the result of a toddler being Freaky Friday'd into the body of a miserable middle school English teacher.
We're twits. You're the one coming up to two young girls, getting
Young
mad at them
girls,
for
yeah,
picking
you're
berries.
like 6 years old.
6 years old?
Because we wanted to eat some berries.
I'm saying, eat all the berries you want, just don't take the bush with you.
It's not the bush. It's literally it's a tiny
personally?
branch of berries.
She's like King Ramses from that Courage the Cowardly Dog episode. Return the slab! Return the berries, or suffer my curse. But I'd be lying if I said I didn't want to see her break out those moves again where she's flailing her arms around acting like she's swatting away invisible bees that are swarming her.
Why don't you mind your own business? Why don't you mind your own business?
You know, that is the fucking rudest thing you've said to me.
You decided
Go
to come
back
up to
where
us.
you came from if you want to use language like that.
Oh, why don't you go back to where you came from, you fucking colonizer?
I like how that's where the line in the sand was. You've gone too far telling me to mind my own business. Are you kidding me? Mind my own business? Do you know who I am? I can't mind my own business because I'm fucking miserable and I need to get mad at every opportunity possible so I can yell at some kids, so I can boogie down with my fucking noodle arms, and I need to get mad. Mind my own business. Now I've gone way too fucking far and now I'm fucking upset. Imagine thinking it's rude when someone tells you, hey, just mind your own shit. Honestly, the rational response to that should be like, you know what? That's a really good point. This isn't affecting me personally. Why did I interject myself into this? I'm getting the fuck out.
Where did you come from?
Where did you come from? I'm actually curious. Where'd you
U.S.
U.S.?
Oh,
Yeah.
so you're not
so
even
you're
from
not
here.
Canadian either.
Yeah, I am.
But we are Canadian too. I was born here.
I was born here too.
Okay.
Were you born here?
No?
Okay,
Oh.
so this is actually like I was born here and you're not even born
My
here, and you're
grandparents
telling me to
were?
go
Doesn't
back
matter,
to
you're
where
telling us to go
your
back to-
grandparents weren't either. That's the thing. Were your grandparents born here? No.
Look, she's smiling.
Yeah, that angle didn't pan out too well for you there, did it? Not only did they get to eat those berries, but they got to slap you down right there on your own fucking stupid argument, so that was a bit rough for you.
Is that what you want?
I'm just having you get a mask on.
I don't have a mask.
I don't know what to tell you.
I don't have a mask. This is fucking ridiculous. Are you fucking kidding me right now? You're not gonna sell me this? It's gonna take you to. I'm spreading more dirt standing here, for God's sakes.
Yeah, this seems about par for the course. This looks about right for your average Miller Lite consumer here. I imagine there hasn't been a single case of Miller Lite that's been sold that hasn't had this kind of negative interaction with a customer. Buying a case of Miller Lite just says to your friends and family, hey, I make bad choices. Obviously, I'm exaggerating a little bit, but I've made it very clear in the past, Miller Lite is my least favorite beer. It just tastes like somebody plugged a catheter into my high school bully and is just milking the piss out of them and feeding it to me. It just tastes like I'm drinking hateful piss.
I'm not paying for a fucking mask. I'm not paying for it. We have a right in America not to wear a fucking mask. Have you not watched the news?
There's almost nothing more frustrating than listening to these stupid fucking troglodytes think that they're right when they're just outright wrong and refusing to accept that they're wrong. It is a business. A business can put whatever policies they want and refuse service to people that don't abide by those policies. That is their right. But then you have these fucking dumb homunculus walk around, my rights, my rights, my rights. I can jerk off in the store if I wanted to. It's my penis. God gave me this penis. You're not the boss of my penis. I could beat my fucking meat right here with no mask on, and you can't stop me. It's so fucking silly that no one seems to understand that a business can enforce whatever the fuck it wants to on the people that choose to shop there. It's the most ridiculous thing in the world. And I don't understand this huge hoopla about masks in the first place. Why don't you get upset about the fact that businesses require you to wear clothes to shop there? It takes a lot more effort to put on a shirt and pants than it does to put on a mask. Why don't you get upset about that? They're taking control of your bodies, saying what you need to wear to come into their business. That's infringing on your so-called rights that you're arguing about. Why is it only the mask you take an issue with? The mask is a lot less effort than putting on clothes in the morning. Why don't you just try and shop around naked and see how that pans out?
We don't have to do this.
It says on the paper right here, it's gonna be passed.
There, find it. I'm not going to touch it. I think it went over there.
Pick it up. You spit on the front counter. Don't do that. I think so, big.
Karen going with the classics here by spitting on the man, which is a crime. So now the only rights that you're entitled to, Karen, are your Miranda rights. That's assault. And during a pandemic, it's more than assault. You're just a giant piece of shit.
They're playing. That's what the park is for.
I never saw a car in here before.
It's a Power Wheel
It
car,
doesn't
man.
bother me. What bothers me is you have a little kid in here that doesn't have a driver's license. He's just a little kid and you're not with him.
It's not a real car.
This one's almost just a wholesome Karen encounter. She smells some people were having fun at the park, so she goes out of her way to just put the kibosh on that shit and shut it down. And then she takes notice, wait a minute, those are little kids in a truck? Is that a truck in the park? Hey, what the fuck is this? These are some unlicensed kids in a fucking cyber truck. Are you kidding me? You're a terrible parent. Where are their license? I'm gonna have them thrown in the slammer for this. This is a crime. This is a fucking crime. In my peaceful park? Are you out of your fucking mind?
Don't talk to me. Did I invite you into my conversation? Did I invite you into my conversation? Did I invite you into my conversation? Do you have any right to be speaking to me right now? Are you involved in this situation? Are you involved in it?
I am.
No, you're not. No, you're not. And don't talk to me. Do not talk to me. Take your bullshit mask off and act like a real person. And you are not the boss of me.
Oh yeah, she did it. She just dropped the "you're not the boss of me" line. Every single Karen freakout is more and more evidence that as Karens age, they become more and more like children. It's like some Benjamin Button shit. I was half expecting this woman to throw a chocolate bar on the ground and start crying about how unfair the other lady was being.
Didn't you say you were in a hurry?
You either don't. You guys can all fucking wait. Don't talk to me.
We are waiting with patience and kindness.
No, you're all fucking talking to me when I told you not to.
This is probably the most conversation this lady's gotten in the last 30 years. Her children grew up and started to ignore her. She doesn't get to see her grandchildren very often. They ignore her phone calls. And now, finally, some people are talking to her and she just doesn't even know how to respond. So she's just lashing out at everyone here because she just doesn't know how to converse with anyone anymore. She's out of practice and she's just kind of a big asshole.
I don't care. What are you gonna do about it?
Look what you're doing to
What
this
are you gonna
child.
do about it?
Look at this little
What are
girl.
you gonna do? What are you gonna do about it?
That's a terrible
What are you gonna do about it?
Try to get
Run your bitch ass mouth like the dumbass cunt that you are? Cool.
Oh, I do say that was a bit too far. Wow. I always like when a Karen says, what are you going to do about it? And then get like fucking shocked when someone actually does something like slap her. We've seen like 1,000 of those by now, but unfortunately in this case, the woman wasn't feeling like slapping her. Probably wouldn't even be worth like the extra effort to walk up there and then just take one on her cheek. But I always find that to be pretty remarkable because they're constantly egging it on and then play the victim when something does happen. And I have no doubt in my mind, if that lady did swing on her, this one that's making the big huff and puff would have totally abandoned all sense of toughness and just start crying about how she's the victim and calling the police about what just happened.
That's assault!
No, it's not.
If you spit on her, that is assault!
She's in my face touching me. Call the police. I'm cool with that.
Not on her!
She's touching me. Yes, it is.
You spit on her!
No.
There's nothing more cowardly than spitting on somebody, and it's very common right now with Karens. That's really their go-to signature move. Their anime finisher is just the old loogie that they pop at someone that they're having a disagreement with. But yeah, these were the biggest Karen clips of this week, and another great week of Karen activity for sure. And I don't think there's any signs of the Karens starting to slow down or become self-aware. For as long as Facebook exists, these Karens will exist. And that's about it. So yeah. We've entered another mass extinction event on the same level as the last ice age, although this time it has nothing to do with weather or really even the planet. It has to do with middle-aged women. The Karens are indeed going to be civilization's crumbling. At least that's what I firmly believe. These Karens show no signs of slowing down. Their activity only continues to grow and escalate, powered by Facebook, energy crystals, and essential oils they rub on the rim of their asshole. These Karens seem unstoppable. Let's go ahead and take a peek at some new ones.
Let's record now.
Please leave the fucking store.
Oh, really? Wow. Okay, that's harassment. I'm filing charges.
Karens continue to be more confident thanks to being cheered on by other postmenopausal women that haven't felt happiness in 2 decades, so they now start recording themselves being a public nuisance, thinking that they're in the right and that everyone around them looks like the asshole, when really any rational person could watch this video and immediately see who the real piece of shit is here, which is the woman filming, of course. The lady that attempts to hit her with the shopping cart, I totally understand her frustration. Honestly, kinda wish she had just doubled down and committed to it, just blast her ass with that cart, treat her like the annoying speed bump that she is, and just run her over.
That's your name? There you go. Nice. That's okay. I'm actually not. So you guys, she just almost physically threatened me. So I'm sorry, but under the Colorado revised state law, there's no grounds.
These freedom fighters that blindly fight for what they consider justice of not wearing a mask and being a shit stain on society have to be history's most annoying group of people to ever exist. They are by all definitions an evolutionary disaster. Instead of advancing, these people are constantly going backwards, willingly, knowingly, devolving. These kind of people can't even accidentally almost get something right. I spent like an hour and a half going through the Colorado revised state laws and statutes to see if maybe this diarrhea driveling idiot had some kind of point that was almost accurate, but she's just outright wrong. Unsurprisingly, there is nothing in Colorado's revised laws and statutes that overturn a private business's right to kick out any customer that doesn't follow the business's policy. It is still the business's fucking right to kick out any customer that doesn't follow the fucking policy the business has put in place. Now, maybe I missed something. That's entirely possible. There was a lot of shit I had to go through, a lot of goofy fucking laws that I caught myself up on in Colorado. And maybe I did miss something, but I find that a little unlikely, because what's most probable here is that this troglodyte saw one post on Facebook, uncredited, unsourced, no proof, that said, according to Colorado state laws, businesses have no rights over you. And she just believed it at face value, did no research. That's probably what this is. Because I didn't see anything, and I went through the shit, and I guarantee she hasn't done any research on anything in her entire fucking life. These people are actual zombies, incapable of doing any amount of even the bare minimum work to think for themselves. They can't even fucking come up with their own original thoughts anymore. This lady is just a drone. She is an actual Facebook drone.
No.
We are denying you service.
You can't deny me service.
You can't trespass.
That's okay, because I'm going to show the cops
We're a
the law.
private business. We're a private
It doesn't
business.
matter.
You gotta leave.
Nope, sorry, it doesn't matter.
Oh, you're gonna show the cops the law, huh? You're going to educate the police officers with your fucking dance therapy degree and something you pull up on Facebook? I'm sure they're gonna love that. I'm sure that's just what the cops want after their millionth call to deal with these Karen pests. I'm sure that they're gonna like that.
I'll just wait for the cops to get here.
Why don't you wait for him outside?
Ron.
Yeah. Why don't you wait
I'm not. I'm going to wait right here where I almost got hit by a cart from a lady.
Almost got hit by a car.
I did. She rammed her cart into me, and I have a witness.
She's not wrong here. I also witnessed it. There was almost justice. That vigilante with the shopping cart, the modern day Batwoman, trying to save the store from Karen's wrath.
You can't. That's
We're
okay.
asking you to leave.
Threatening.
Get out of the store.
Sorry, you can leave.
No,
you
you
can
can
get
leave.
out of
I
my
work
face.
here.
Get out of my
Leave.
face. Ron at Molly's Liquors in Lakeside.
I appreciate the shout out, Karen. Ron, if I'm ever in the area, I'm absolutely buying liquor from that fine ass, baby. That's what I like to see. I like to see employees standing up against this kind of childish garbage. Every employee at this store really takes it to this woman and just begs her to get the fuck out because they don't like her, they don't like what she's doing, and that's what I like to see. I like to see people standing up to this kind of garbage. So, Ron, you got yourself a customer if I'm ever in the area.
You're gonna be under a lot. Nope, not leaving. I'm not gonna let you harass me like this. It's not a law. It's not a law. Not a law.
I don't care.
It's not a law.
The law says I can deny you service.
It's not a, no, the law, do you, okay,
We're not selling you
what
nothing
law
today.
went through the legislature to pass that you can't do
We're
that?
not selling you anything today.
I think her voice is extremely fitting for the entire community of people that are brainwashed zombies like this. She sounds like a parrot, and she's just mimicking what she's heard on Facebook, that it needs to be a law in order for it to be effective, which it doesn't. Since it's a private business, they have their own policy that they can enforce. And to everything I read in Colorado state revised statutes and laws, hasn't changed. So you're still kind of fucked here, Karen.
Bodily remove you.
Oh, good, because I'm going to show him the law. I'm going to show him the law.
I'm a private business. I can expel you if I want to.
Actually, you can't under the Colorado revised state law.
Can.
You absolutely cannot.
Well, let's find out.
All right, let's do. A woman tried to ram her cart into me, and I have it on video. And you're going to become under fire, son. You're like, good luck. Good luck.
So I'm pretty sure this is the store owner right here, and he fucking hates this lady. During her little sob story about how she almost got her foot lightly grazed by a shopping cart, I half expected this guy to just laugh at her, or maybe inquire a bit further like, ma'am, that's terrible, that's awful. Can you point her out for me so I can get this taken care of and handle it? It's her over there? Okay, thank you. Hey, that lady over there! All of her liquor is free. It's all on me. It's on the house. Thank you today, ma'am.
I'm not leaving until the cops get here. Good.
Need to leave.
Don't touch me. You can't videotape. Don't. I can. I don't care. You guys don't know the law. Oh my God.
Get out. That's the law.
You guys have no idea what the law is.
Leave.
Nazis. Look at these Nazis.
It's Jeffco policy. Get out.
It's not a law.
This is Jeffco. Get out.
Nazis. Look at this, everybody.
Of course they're Nazis. Everyone who doesn't agree with me is a Nazi. Those fucking Nazis. All of them. All of those goddamn disgusting Nazis in the fucking liquor store. Telling me I can't go in there and be an asshole. Bunch of fucking Nazis, am I right?
Wow.
Leave our business.
Matt, you're running into me.
Don't touch me. Leave our business.
No, sorry, you're not going to treat me like this and get away with it. You're not going to treat me like this and get away with it.
We do not want you in our business. Go away.
You're not going to have a business pretty soon. Good luck. Good luck.
Ma'am, it's like you're naked in my business. Please leave. You are naked in my business. No shoes, no shirt, no mask, no service.
You're in my face.
My man actually pulling out the naked card, putting it in terms someone this stupid could understand. No shirt, no shoes, no service. That's a classic. That is store policy. That's not like a state law that you need shirt and shoes in order to get served at a business. That's just a business's policy, and yet people have always accepted that as a fact. But for some reason, businesses requiring a mask, well, that just doesn't make any sense because it's not a law. And this guy trying to use this example to help her understand why they can decline her service, it just doesn't click with her. She doesn't understand. She can't understand. She's too delusional. She's too brainwashed, too deep into the hive mind of Facebook misinformation that not even the most simple terms for babies can register in her mind. And it's really sad to see.
It's a mandate and order is not state law. You guys have no idea what legislature process is, the legislative process?
I'm denying you service. I can do it because I'm doing it.
I'm waiting for the cops.
I have no doubt she can't spell legislature, but still feels very confident in her knowledge in regards to laws and shit. Interestingly enough, she stops filming once the police are actually there, so, I mean, I imagine what happened is she showed them the law, the police apologized, groveled at her feet, and the entire store clapped for her. That's probably what happened, but she just forgot to film that part. Let's go to a different Karen. Yeah, this one's just a classic. This isn't even like a recent Karen freakout. This is just one that I really like. This woman comes at him with the powers of the dark side, going for like a force choke, going for like force lightning on him. And the police officer's fucking terrified, like backing up, damn near pissing his pants, and then brings out his taser. This Karen's treating this officer like how people tell you to treat a bear during a bear attack, you know, screaming, going wild, getting loud, getting big. It's like that episode of Hey Arnold where he convinces his bully not to beat him up because he's insane. She tried that approach here, but it didn't quite work. I mean, it could have been worse, I guess, but at least she went down with a bang, I gotta say. Like, that's one hell of a way of going out. Like, if this was my relative, I'd be almost proud. Like, you know what? Yeah, you got arrested for public urination or whatever, but damn, you really went down swinging. I like what you did there. I think that's enough Karens for today, honestly. Only 2, I know, but there's like 20 or 30 Karen videos every single day that I just haven't watched yet, because watching so many Karen videos just honestly makes you feel like everybody's that stupid. And that's a fucking rough feeling, to feel like every middle-aged woman is dumb like these people, because I know they're not, but there's so many of these videos every single day that they're somehow making it seem like every middle-aged woman is a Karen all of a sudden, which is fucking shocking and sad. So, I mean, I'll definitely do more Karen shit soon. There's so many, but for now, just these 2 for today. That's it. See ya. Karens have become such an incredible nuisance to society that an actual law has been passed addressing some of the shit Karens do, and it's actually just called Karen. It's about people that are making racially charged fake police phone calls. It's pretty fucking wild just how insane this surge in Karen activity has been. This is something on like a biblical scale, something that you'd read about in like a history textbook of some kind of plague that swept across the world at some point, and we're living through it right now. And I think all of us just think every Karen is a big dumb fucking idiot with this incredible mistrust of anything scientifically accurate or anything that comes from a position of authority. Like if scientists came out tomorrow and said, hey, just want to remind everyone the air is safe to breathe and good for you, these Karens and Facebook anti-vax moms would then start questioning whether or not it's safe to breathe air. Like, oh fuck, they must have poisoned the air. Oh my god, I knew it all along. Oxygen is the devil. Wake up, you sheep, this is the truth. We need to start trying to live underwater. And then they'd all like drown themselves in their own fucking bathtub or something to escape the evil oxygen that the government has, you know, put out into the world or some shit. It's just been absolutely wild stuff. But I actually came across an extremely intelligent Karen, a self-proclaimed genius musician Karen, and I think it'd be fun to take a look at what a smart Karen might look like. But before we do that, I'd like to share with you a very rare male Karen.
6 feet away from you.
You're harassing me.
I'm not harassing you. You are infecting us. You're coming close to me. You're coming close to me.
Back off!
Dad,
Threaten me again!
Dad.
Back the fuck up, put your fucking phone down!
This delightful dickhead right here is Daniel, and he was an insurance salesman until this video came out, and he got fired in around 8 or 9 hours after this video went viral. Daniel fucking speed ran unemployment. A very impressive 80% route there executed by Daniel. You can say a lot of shit about Daniel, but you absolutely cannot call into question his ability to strike a mean power stance. I love that shit. It looks like he's a member of the Ginyu Force, getting ready to get in position to strike up their pose. I mean, what kind of fucking power stance is this? It's like an action figure that's a little too stiff, like the joints don't move around correctly. Or like a video game NPC with like a shitty walk animation. Now I'd like to share with everyone why he shouted, "I feel threatened." It's a law in Florida, and this happened in Florida, where if you exclaim that you feel threatened, you can pretty much do whatever you want to the person who's threatening you. You can literally kill that person and be deemed self-defense because you said you felt threatened. It's like an actual fucking cheat code you can use, like, oh, I feel threatened, and then you fucking torture somebody, and Florida would be like, well, he did say he feels threatened, so it's all good. It's fucking silly. I've actually seen this happen in the real world before. I was at a bar, and I don't know what was going on between these two dudes, but one of them shouted, "I feel threatened," verbatim, because that's like the fucking code word. He shouted that, and then Goldberg speared a man into this fucking support beam that was holding up this, I don't know, some shit to stop the rain. It wasn't raining, but there's like this little covering over top of one of the bars, and he speared him into that shit and fucking broke that fucking support beam. And all because he said, "I feel threatened," which gives him the legal right to do some shit like that. At least that's how I understand it, because I've seen it happen, and this dude doing that, it seems to me like he wanted to at least cover his bases if he wanted to get physical with this guy, because Florida has some stupid fucking laws like that.
Be polite, be courteous. It's very important to understand people's frustration.
good.
This will exempt you. This will exempt you from wearing a mask.
You're right.
That's okay. Have a good day.
Now this video here comes from a man named Brian Tao, who was biking through an anti-mask rally, and he gets a little more than he bargained for here. He bites off a little more than he can chew with this lady you're about to see enter the scene. You're getting a little sneak peek of her right here, and you're about to see her in full force. He ripped up the little brochure, and now he's summoned a demon.
If somebody being rude to you, the only thing you say to them, have a good day.
Have a good day.
If somebody being rude to you, you
That's
just tell
okay.
them,
Those
have
are
a
the
good
people
day.
that walk the Jews into the gas
Say
station.
healthy and
Those
have
are
a
the
good day.
same people that walk the Jews.
Stay healthy and have a good day.
It's a fact. I said you're the same kind of people that walk the Jews right into the gas tank.
Oh, good. Thank you.
I think coronavirus might be the least of humanity's concerns when people like this continue to reproduce and instill these beliefs in their children, and then those kids grow up to be this fucking disgusting clone of their parents that believe this abhorrent shit.
Got you on video.
Good. Have me on video.
And your
Because
name then?
That's what my name is Kellyanne Wolf. I'll give you my name.
Okay, you have a business card?
No, I don't have a business card. And I don't
Okay.
need to
Do
provide
you have
you one.
Instagram? Do you have Instagram? Do you have Facebook?
I'm all over the place. I'm a musician and a very popular one. So it'll be very easy for you to find me.
So what?
To be so confident in your stinky horseshit beliefs to put your actual name and face on it in a video where you look like a total asshole is so baffling to me. But she really wanted her name out there, so I decided to look into it. She claimed she's a very popular musician, and it'd be easy to find her, and it was easy to find her because there's a lot of people that are making fun of her. Her Facebook page has 50 likes on it. Her YouTube channel had 15 subs, but when I went back an hour or two ago, it was up to 40 subs, so she's a musician on the rise. I have no doubt she'll be charting in Billboard pretty soon here with some of the bangers that she's produced. So let's go ahead and take a listen to one, and maybe she could be the next Ariana Grande or the next Taylor Swift. She could be a huge star in the making.
He said he loved me. Oh, said he'd stay.
It reminds me of music you'd hear in SpongeBob, like if SpongeBob started like a shitty pop country band or something, as kind of a show joke, not like an actual musician's career, but to each their own. I do have to say the instrumentals I think are actually ripped from the Ed, Edd n Eddy episode where Double D's playing that weird fucking instrument on the back of a boat where Ed's like propelling them with his feet, if anyone remembers that. It reminds me of that instrument, whatever the fuck that was. It's a weird genre, but who knows, perhaps this is the next big genre to pop off. This could be like the new dubstep for the country community. Couldn't tell you.
You are anybody who is going to commit to this kind of civil obedience is the same kind of people that believe their government when they walk the Jews into the gas tank. That's what I said. So you can quote me.
Good.
I will never not be amazed at the people that are claiming this civil obedience is some kind of disease and we're all just puppets of the government, when every single one of them practices the same civil obedience, but it doesn't apply to them. This lady is, by definition, conforming to what the government says she has to do, which is wearing clothes in public. Whether or not it's a choice she makes on her own doesn't matter. The government is telling her to do it and she's complying. But for some reason, asking people to wear a mask during a fucking pandemic is a little too far for these goddamn idiots that think putting something over your mouth instantly kills you, suffocates you, smothers you. It's just unbelievable to me how dumb people are these days. People only have an issue when something is new. If it's something that's been around since they were young, they don't care, even though it's the exact same fucking thing. You have to wear clothes in public. They don't get upset about that. I don't see a lot of these anti-maskers going around naked delivering their message about why you shouldn't listen to the government. Why is that? Why is it only the mask that you take an issue with when it's encouraged to wear one for the safety of everybody else? No one claims a mask is 100% effective, but it is proven to at least help. Why wouldn't you want to mitigate some of the risk? Well, it's because these fucking people have this insane desire to be unique, special, and smart when they're the dumbest fucking people in the world who are just clones of each other, just actual NPCs repeating the same goddamn script. They're the actual sheep. They just follow blindly whatever they see online, and they can't recognize the hypocrisy of criticizing people for following the government's instructions when they literally live their entire lives following the government's instructions. They just follow older rules instead of some newer ones that are encouraged.
By the way, I've got 13 degrees in psychology. I'm a member of Mensa, and I have a master's in political science.
13 degrees in psychology. This woman is collecting psychology degrees like Pokemon cards out here. Is there even 13 branches of psychology? Like shit. She must really have some degrees in some obscure ones like fucking video game addiction psychology. The psychology behind wanting to touch your wiener more than 2 times a day, like some real specific ones. And then a fucking member of Mensa. You know how you can immediately know someone's not in any way associated with Mensa? Is when they're telling you that they're associated with Mensa.
How much did you pay for those degrees?
It's like this to me. Yeah, that's fine. He'll never be a smart.
What's that?
Do you really believe that helps you?
Oh yeah, it does.
Wearing that shows how much intelligence you actually have, because it doesn't.
So, okay.
Super soccer moms write about one thing. Wearing a mask does demonstrate just how much intelligence you have. It shows you have at least a very basic level of intelligence, like the most basic common sense level of intelligence possible. You can identify everyone who's a fucking idiot in public by whether or not they're wearing a mask. If they're not wearing a mask, they're pretty fucking dumb. If they are, well, they're at least kind of in the right ballpark when it comes to just basic understanding of the most general concepts.
Okay, I asked someone else here. Come here. I want to ask you something. So, there are 2 things here.
2010.
What's that?
This is a pandemic in 2010.
Okay, so why don't you think the masks work?
Fake.
Why don't you think the masks work?
They don't work.
But why? Why?
They medically don't work.
Why?
You cannot keep you from getting a virus.
It's actually like arguing with children. Well, why doesn't it work? Well, because it doesn't. No, but why doesn't it work? Well, because it medically doesn't. Yeah, but why? It doesn't. It's so fucking infuriating. I don't know how Brian can even keep his cool with that kind of conversation happening.
So you don't believe this mask will stop a virus particle?
No, I'll tell you why. A virus is 1,000 times smaller than a bacteria. A virus will not stop a virus.
Okay, so you also believe,
All these top doctors.
but you also believe that
If you wanna
it
have-
stops
if you wanna
an
have a discourse
oxygen
with me,
molecule?
Then you can take away your attitude, and I'll have to.
I don't
discourse with
have
you.
an attitude, I'm
Yeah,
just
you
asking
did.
you.
You're trying to ridicule me from the get-go.
So Brian makes a point to try and tell these people that their argument is a load of bullshit. They believe that the virus escapes through the mask, so the mask is totally useless, and meanwhile oxygen can't get into the mask, so the people wearing a mask can't breathe and they're getting sick due to lack of oxygen, which makes no fucking sense because oxygen is significantly smaller than a virus. I think it's 100 or 1,000 times smaller than a virus, so their argument just doesn't work. If the virus is getting through the mask, it'd be impossible for oxygen not to get into the mask considering it's so much smaller, and the fact that the virus is so much larger than oxygen means the mask at least helps the virus not get out. I don't even know why he bothers fucking trying to explain it to these people. I don't even know why I'm going into detail because it's fucking common sense really. But it's not that these people don't believe it. It's that they don't want to believe it, so they've convinced themselves the science is all wrong, and the science is only right when it's applied on Facebook. It's just a matter of people refusing to accept the truth because they want to believe something else.
My IQ is 100.
Yes, so you probably, I don't think you understand.
If this is what a 195 IQ looks like, then there must be something really fucking wrong with the tests that are administered. But anyway, we've at least seen what it looks like when a Karen has a genius level intellect. In fact, one of the highest recorded intellects of all time. 195 is no joke, and we can really see it in full display here. Just really all the neurons firing there, all kinds of incredible arguments and whatever. And yeah, that's about it. So yeah. I think it's time we finally talk about the true victims of the coronavirus lockdown and quarantine, which is of course the middle-aged, short-tempered Karens. These brave women have been trapped at home for the last month with no one to complain to except their anti-vax Facebook groups, no one to yell at besides their husbands, no managers that they can speak to. They have all of this rage bottled up inside of them, but nowhere public to melt down and let it all out in a nuclear explosion of screeching and screaming and threatening lawsuits. But the good news is things are opening up again, which means the Karens now can go back out into society and make it a worse place. So please join me on this adventure. I'll be your host. I'll be like fucking David Attenborough here, and let's observe the Karens going back to their natural habitats after their hibernation.
Fuck you!
Ah, wonderful. A chain-smoking middle-aged woman with her siren song, such an angelic melody, true mastery over her divine vocal cords, able to deliver this banshee's wail, fuck you.
No, it's not enough!
Park your car.
No!
Like, what the hell?
You better get the fuck away from me. Fuck you!
We have a car.
The wild Karen's sharp instincts kick in, hearing the sound of potential danger. She feels as though the essential oils in the backseat of her car are threatened by a potential predator, so she lashes out blindly, hoping that the guttural shouts and puffing of her feathers will be enough to scare away the enemy.
Yeah, this is a roadway over here, man. Can you please move?
Everyone better stop fucking yelling at me right now, as I'm not fucking moving.
Can you please move your car?
Thank you!
She didn't mean that thank you, that wasn't sincere at all. I'm starting to get the feeling that she's just not a very pleasant person to be around.
I don't listen to you either, Shield. Listen, you short fucking piece of shit.
Now you've gone too far, lady. Out here looking like the substitute teacher at Hogwarts for the Defense Against the Dark Arts course. Fucking scary looking loud lady. Fucking hanging out in this drive-thru looking straight out of a 1970s newspaper comic strip. Truly rude from this woman here. This woman looks like menopause. She looks like if menopause was a person.
Okay? Grow
Oh,
some,
man, she called me a short fucking piece of shit.
grow some
Get
fucking
the fuck out
balls,
of here.
baby. Grow some fucking balls.
Shut the fuck up and leave. We're
No,
blocking traffic
I'm
over
not
here.
moving. Talk all the fuck you want, all you fucking Hawaiians. The white lady's fucking crazy. You can talk all the fuck that you want, you fucking motherfucker. No, it's not enough. It is not.
Unfortunately, that's where the video ends, but I don't think her anger stopped there. As you could hear, she was still screaming, still going in really hard. I half expected her to take a baseball bat to her own car just out of the confusion from the anger, just hurt itself in the confusion. It is truly baffling how someone can get this upset and have so little shame to just do it in public like this. And I think that's what makes Karens so special. They don't have that level of shame or self-awareness, so they keep going out and embarrassing themselves. And since they've been locked up for a month, they have a month's worth of embarrassment to catch up on. So they're really kind of speedrunning that because there's been so many of these things going on. I'll show you a few of them. Let's keep going.
People here that's enjoying themselves. Okay? This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna do the last part. Now what are you doing? Now what are you doing? Hey, sweetheart, there's kids here. There's kids here.
This one was actually one of the saddest ones and most embarrassing in my opinion. This is a Karen that's been heckling a group of street performers that are performing for these people that are just now leaving their house for the first time in a month, just to give them something else to think about and entertain them. And Karen said, well, I can't imagine anyone having fun. I'm pretty miserable. Everyone should be miserable. She's like Dr. Zalost from Courage the Cowardly Dog, very unhappy, so she's shooting her cannonballs of unhappiness at everyone around her. So she just plants herself here. She gives this very incredible Ginyu Force pose here with the double middle fingers. Really bold stuff.
There's kids here. There's kids. Oh, you should have some respect, sweetheart. Please, thank you. Could you please leave? Could you please leave? Please.
She refuses to leave. This is a 4-part TikTok video. I didn't even know TikTok had anything other than just shitty lip singing and dancing, so this was kind of an interesting surprise. And I'd like to bring attention to this. I know I'm no major fashion icon myself, but I do have to say I don't understand her sock decision here with the different links. It's like Titus from Final Fantasy X with his pants. She has a sock that goes up to her knee and the other one's an ankle sock. So that right there tells me that she just desperately craves attention, so she's trying her best to be unique and not like the other girls with her fashion by having different lengths of socks, which is kind of sad, but it also fits in line with what she's doing here, making herself the center of attention for no reason and at the cost of everyone else's fun.
Sweetheart, we're doing flips in here for format. Can you please move over? You were just standing right there. Why would you come right here in our way? Can you move over? Can you please? Can you move over? Can you please move over? Please? Please? Can you please leave? Can you please leave?
Spoilers, she doesn't leave. She's made up her decision. She is going to ruin everyone else's day because her day and most of her days are apparently not very good. So she's taking it out on everyone around her. And this persists for a long time. I'm not going to show every part from this very pathetic saga here, but I am going to show a little bit. We'll go to part 2 now.
No, you don't have to give her anything. Don't.
Public service, she can stand wherever she goes.
One of the mothers from the crowd is begging with the lady to please leave because they want to watch the show, and of course, the Karen refuses to do that. But what I find extremely interesting about this part, as you just heard, some woman in the crowd express support for what she's doing by saying it's a public square, she can stand wherever the fuck she wants. I think that is incredible. I will never understand how people can see behavior like what this woman is doing and be like, you know what? I agree with that. She should be allowed to ruin everyone else's day. It's a free country. If I want to ruin everyone else's day because I'm fucking miserable, I can do it. And fuck all of you. I like that the crowd stood up and said fuck off and told that lady to leave and she immediately left. I just have to wonder how. This is huge. Everyone, no matter what, will always have supporters. No matter how heinous and unlikable you are, there's always going to be people that will support you. I don't know if that's uplifting for some people to hear or not, but I think it's depressing. There should be objectively wrong ways of handling things, and this is one of those from this Karen standing here ruining the day, and yet still someone finds a way to support it. Crazy to me.
We're gonna wake this place up. Follow me, fellas. Let's wake this place up. Everybody wants the Soul Brothers back. Follow me, fellas.
Luckily, this fairy tale does have a happy ending. The police show up and escort her the fuck out of there, which is great news for everyone there. It's pretty wild how long it went on for, though. The police had enough time to walk over there and get her out before she left. That's a long time of just making the atmosphere worse around her. And I know she's going to go home and think that she was in the right. She probably talked about it on Facebook groups about how brave she was. And, you know, everyone clapped when she ruined the performance. Everyone was thrilled with her stand for justice or some shit. So the delusion, I'm sure, is still there. I don't think she had any amount of self-reflection or awareness for what she did or how bad she is as a person for this kind of shit. But that's Karen's in a nutshell. Let's move on to the next one.
3 inches away from our fucking car. I couldn't even get into my fucking car. I had to climb over.
Oh, but you're sitting in it?
I had to climb over, dumbass. Did you not hear what I just fucking said?
While yes, that experience does sound traumatic, there was another way of approaching this situation. You could have backed the car up and then got in normally. You chose to climb over the driver's seat and turn that shit into a playground to get there.
Just fucking stop. If you post that, I will sue you, you stupid.
Go right ahead. I'll sue you because you can't post someone's face on the internet without permission.
I'm gonna go.
For some reason, these Karens that spend the majority of their life on Facebook and reading 50 Shades of Grey fanfic still don't seem to understand that you can't sue someone for recording you in a public situation. But I do like the way she phrases that. You can't put someone's face on the internet without their permission. It reminds me of Arthur, where you can't go on the internet and tell lies. It has that same level of innocence to it to a certain degree, but I think it's time they finally get educated on Facebook instead of just believing in these fucking weird conspiracy theories and shit, to understand that yes, it is totally legal to record in public.
It's not illegal. They're threatening me. She told me she hopes I get raped by a pitchfork, and I'm gonna go to the cops, and I need evidence.
So what is the problem? They parked you.
I couldn't get into my car. I had to climb over. And then when we were talking about it, about how close they parked, she came and went, "Oh, you stupid ass bitch, you want to talk?"
Wrong. I told you my boyfriend did not hit your car because you said if my boyfriend hit your car, you were gonna call the cops.
Yeah, this shit is devolving into elementary school shit really fast, and the security guard clearly wants nothing to do with it. He leaves like a second after he just says, "Hey, can you just handle it?" and he just walks away. Respect to that guy, because who the fuck wants to be in the middle of this?
Stop arguing with the stupid fucking whore. If you keep arguing with the fucking whore, they keep arguing with you.
If I find that video online, I'm fucking suing you and I'm calling the cops and they're gonna come get your ass.
I do appreciate that threat right there from her. You know, that's some Xbox Live shit. My dad works at Bungie, and he'll get you banned if you steal my sniper again. It has that same level of energy, so there is a level of intimidation in there. That's pretty much where the video ends. It's just back and forth of just, like, baby whining, like baby raging at each other. I don't know. It's not even, like, insulting anymore. It's just kind of like actual whining. But, yeah, all over a parking spot. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one. I think there's something about cars that really tap into the primal rage receptors of the Karens, because a lot of the Karen outbursts happen around vehicles, so it's kind of like this catalyst for explosion among the Karens. It's very interesting. It helps channel their aggression and really bring it to the highest level it can be.
You impotent piece of shit! I hope your kids get cancer! What are you looking at?
She's all over the place now, attacking the spectators. She sounds like Miss Piggy having a fit, throwing a weird little tantrum here. She's speaking as if she's writing this shit on Twitter from behind the computer monitor, but in real life you can't hide behind an anime profile pic, so now she's just got her face attached to this despicable shit.
What are you filming me, you sick fuck? Is that funny to you?
Honestly, a pretty thrilling conclusion. I would have liked to see where it went, because she was clearly in hot pursuit, like some Mad Max shit, honking that horn, coming in hot. But unfortunately, there's no more to that video. But yeah, there's been a ton of Karen sightings and incidences over the last week or so. I just felt it wasn't necessary to show every single one. I think these kind of represent the general attitude of how it's been getting reacclimated to the, you know, Karen meltdowns out in the world. Now that they've allowed to leave their homes, and you know, they don't have to keep tapping into the wine cellar reserves, so it's getting wild out there again. And yeah, that's about it. So yeah, it's only been a day since my last Karen video, and I typically treat Karen videos like I treat my cock. I'll have some fun with it for like an hour, but then I need some time to just recharge the batteries and let it reload. But with this Karen epidemic that we're seeing right now, it's hard to even have any downtime with all of these exciting Karen stories and videos surfacing daily, almost hourly at this point. I'm just not even able to experience a refractory period or a cool down in between Karen binging sessions, because just within the last 24 hours I've been flooded with at least like 50 more videos of incredible Karen sightings, and what am I gonna do? Just not laugh at some Karens? Like, that's not an option. This is like taking your friend with a gambling addiction to a restaurant inside of a casino. You're helping to enable my addiction in this case. And I love it. Let's hop in.
Oh, Lord! This fucking I Am Legend!
That bitch
She's doing the same shit!
I think they made a great comparison here to I Am Legend. It does look like a director's cutscene from I Am Legend before they had the visual effects in there. Although I'd almost argue it's more similar to The Grudge, when the lady's crawling down the stairs and then finally reaches the bottom. You can probably guess what this situation was about. She wasn't wearing a mask and they didn't let her in the business, and for some reason the natural response to this for most Karens is to just break down and have this kind of lunatic behavior where she's licking the fucking glass right there on the door and slamming into it like a zombie. I actually feel like maybe Corona is mutating, and it's starting to only affect middle-aged post-menopausal women, and it's starting to transmogrify them into these mindless ghouls that just act off pure wrong instincts and lack of shame. It's this perfect storm where you have this virus that has met this other virus called Facebook, and now the two of them have just come together to form this amalgamation of evil and annoyance that is the Karen you see in the video like this. It truly is remarkable and scary at the same time right here. It's like when two tornadoes collide and form a super tornado.
You don't even live here.
Oh, okay.
The pool is not closed. No, I know. They're gonna close it.
This is like that old 4chan pool is closed meme. This lady is actually a caricature of Karens without meaning to be. She looks exactly like that person you picture when you hear the word Karen at this point.
No, they're not.
Oh, no.
Well, you don't know who lives here. You don't know who lives here because I do live here, bitch. And don't you ever fucking come up to me and tell me to go back to where I came from. You're a racist fucking prick. Go home and use your fucking dildo.
God have mercy on that dildo. The bravest dildo that's ever been purchased. Have a heart, lady. Spare it for one night. Give it a break. Now, we don't get the whole context here, much like the last video. These are the only sections of the videos that exist. It's all they posted, I suppose. So we don't get the full context, but apparently she told them to go back to where they came from, the classic racist Karen line, and they weren't very happy about that, obviously. And then she's talking about how she's shutting the pool down, and she's a member of the board. You know, I'm a member of the board, I can shut this shit down. I'm above the board, I'm beyond it, I am the board, I am the fucking law. If I want this pool closed, I'll close it. If I want to put fucking sharks in this pool, I'll put sharks in this fucking pool. Do you know who I am? I'm the board member.
Go home.
Go.
2020.
You know who lives here?
Yeah.
You know who lives here?
Yeah, I do.
How do you know that I don't live
Let me
here?
tell you how. Because I was here when this neighborhood was built, and I know every single person who bought in here.
Are you?
I've lived here since 2010.
Are you serious right now?
I'm so serious.
So you know everybody though?
You know everyone that lives in my neighborhood.
You live here?
We do live
Yes.
here, actually.
That's great if you live here. Do you live here?
Yes,
She
bitch.
does.
Okay, so where?
In a surprise to absolutely nobody, she was wrong, and the lady in the video does live there. Even though that shouldn't matter in the first place, considering it's a public pool and she was with another resident of the neighborhood. Regardless, a wild situation that was created here, just born from the desire to be angry, I suppose, which is the entire nature of the Karen, that species of middle-aged woman. Absolutely fascinating every single time, to be honest. I think Karen should be another segment in the next Planet Earth, perhaps. We could look at Karens, have David Attenborough perhaps talk about it on BBC or something. I'd really like to just get a deeper look at how Karens have evolved to this point, or rather, devolved to this point.
He got the gun on me. He about to hit me with the car. Call him. I'm telling. Get the license plate. Get the license plate. Get the license plate now. Because you were never about to hit me with the damn car. You about to hit me with the car?
You fucking
both of y'all put the guns down on me, okay?
This was the most popular Karen freakout of the last 24 hours, and it's a real doozy here. Like, this is some hardcore Karening shit. For some reason, during a verbal disagreement, she pulls out a fucking gun. And the lady filming doesn't seem afraid at all. Her voice isn't shaking, and she just sounds more annoyed at the fact that the other ladies escalated it to this point for no fucking reason at all. It's like in those action movies when the main character has like 6 guns pointed at them, but they keep their cool. 6 guns, huh? Maybe 20 more and be a fair fight. So 6 guns, 6 people, pulls out a cigar. Which one of you wants to light this cigar for me? Like, this is just so badass.
Call Richard back up to the police. Call Richard back up here now.
Don't you fucking jump behind me.
No, I ain't jumping behind your car. I was walking. Your guys were hitting me.
Get the fuck back!
Do you see that?
God, this lady's screaming reminds me of like an old school Xbox Live lobby with some kid just fucking melting down about how he got killed because of lag or some shit. What a fucking frustrating sound from this woman here. Like 30 years ago, I'm sure she was a cheerleader, and now look at her. It's just pathetic.
They both pointed that gun on me. He was trying to hit me with the car when I was going back. You seen that? And then when I hit his car, he wanted to jump out the car and put a gun on me. That is crazy. Trump making it real comfortable. Call the police. No, don't go anywhere. Call the police.
There's some good news here, though. The couple did get arrested for this shit, so that was nice to see.
This is day one. This is opening day of Trader Joe's in North Hollywood. This is Karen. Woo!
Democratic pigs! All of you! That man harassed me for not wearing a mask. I have a breathing problem. My doctor would not let me wear a mask. So anyone harassing me to wear a mask, you guys are violating federal law. You get that? Get that on camera. Ma'am.
We got it.
Trader Joe's, baby. I've always heard good things about Trader Joe's, but I've only been once, and I actually got some good shit from there, but I also got some actual dog shit from there, too. I got like a popcorn substitute that wasn't corn, it was like popped mulch or something. I don't even remember. It was like little bits of concrete that they must have just scraped from the parking lot just for something to sell. I don't know. It was fucking terrible, but I did get some good shit from there, too. I'm not overly surprised to see someone melting down in a Trader Joe's like this, because even in my limited exposure to Trader Joe's with my one adventure there, my one journey, it was like a combat sport. I had to like bump shoulders with people. I had to like fight people to get to places for food there. You had to like actually, you know, scrap with people to get the resources that you want there. It was pretty wild. I mean, it wasn't like a negative experience or anything, but it really is like it was, at least in my experience, pretty cutthroat. So I could absolutely see some tempers flaring up like that. Like, she went, yeah, I'm surprised she wasn't wearing football pads. She went in there ready to shop at Trader Joe's, but they didn't let her because of no mask, and then threw this big old temper tantrum. This is just another thing I don't really understand. You see all these people melting down and embarrassing themselves about masks. How can you freely just not wear a mask and just be like, yeah, I'm on the same team as her, and not feel, like, embarrassed about it? Like, if I was someone that didn't like masks, and I saw all these people having these temper tantrums, licking fucking doorknobs and shit because they didn't let her in with a mask, I'd be like, you know what? I don't really want to be associated with that. That's gonna be what people think of when I say I don't like masks. I'm just gonna wear a fucking mask. Yeah, fuck this, I don't want to be associated with this group of fucking idiots. Like, even if you hate masks, I just don't know, man. I feel like there'd be some level of shame where you wouldn't even want to be associated with a group this stupid. But yeah, anyway, these were the most recent Karen meltdowns that I saw, at least the best of the ones I saw. These were some of the most aggressive ones I've seen over the course of this Karen outbreak, and yeah, that's about it. So yeah, there's a war going on right now. A war you won't read about online, the media won't cover, only I'm brave enough to report on it and bring it straight to your ass. I'm talking about the grisly conflict between Karens and the rest of the world. A blood-filled battle of tits and ass flying all over the place, mean words, menopause, it's got it all. And let's go to the front lines to see what's happening out there right now. I figured we'd start with the most popular clip here. This lady is very upset at a woman and her child because they were at a protest, so she starts scaring the child and threatening to kill the mother. And I have to say, this lady kind of just looks like Crocker from the Fairly Odd Parents. I don't see like a chin or anything, and it looks like her ear is on her neck.
Steal my daughter. Do not.
The street. I'll fucking kill you.
Okay.
Unfortunately, we're missing the introduction here. We don't have the beginning of the film, we're only coming in on the climax, which is a shame, but it is what it is. We can see Alex Jones here is trying to wrangle his wife back inside. Even he knows that she's getting out of control, threatening to kill this woman, and she's also filming it herself. I would love to see her point of view, but I don't know enough anti-vax Facebook forums to find where she posted this. But I'm sure it's a great video, no doubt. And that's always, again, like I've said before, the craziest thing to me, how someone that is so in the wrong like her, where she's threatening to murder a woman, can film it and think that she's in the right, and just so delusional that she thinks people are going to pat her on the back for the brave video.
Do you see what you did to a child? Good job. I haven't really. Get a life, get a job. You just traumatized a child for walking.
I have to say, the husband is playing some incredible defense right now. He is boxing her out like he's in the fucking NBA right now. This man is a fucking brick wall, and she is not finding her way around him. So, hats off to this dude for the incredible performance in getting his wife inside. It was like a really tedious escort mission, it seemed like, but he was able to pull it off, and the video just ends with the child crying more, which is really sad, especially because the kid says she's scared since her mom was just threatened to be killed by that sorcerer of salt. But that's Karen's in a nutshell, traumatizing kids and making the world a worse place.
Okay. Be quiet, be quiet.
Are you 35?
Look.
Have you paid for this lot?
Did you pay for it?
It is not booked until June fucking 1st.
Okay,
sir.
Karen.
So there is no right for you to be here.
Okay, Karen.
I am not fucking Karen.
This one's actually one of my favorites from this week. I know it's a little bit older than a week, but I only saw it this week, so it fucking counts, alright? She is very passionate about these boat slots. A very petty thing to be upset about, considering, I mean, you have a big fucking boat that you're hanging out on for the night, and you're carrying a dog around like some kind of low-budget Paris Hilton shit. So, I mean, you're clearly in a comfortable position. What is there to be so upset about? Just because 35? Which I don't even understand. What the fuck does 35 have to do with anything here, huh? Is that like one of the jokes from SpongeBob? 25.
Oh, no, okay.
Right for you to be here.
Okay.
Fucking disrespectful. Go to your own slot or...
Okay, who is this person?
Totally understand that you're so fucked up.
Okay.
You can't get in your own slot.
Okay.
Now it's fucking escalating, baby. Now we're getting somewhere. Screaming and shouting, sounding like fucking Chris Farley from Saturday Night Live when he's talking about living in a van down by the river. Now we're getting somewhere.
Be quiet, be quiet, be quiet. Just be quiet. Just be quiet.
Pour your boat in your own fucking slot. You what up?
Okay, we got you. What else do you want?
You know what?
We're being really nice to you. They know where.
Being really nice. You screamed at my daughter.
I screamed at her.
That's right, baby. This ain't no one-on-one conflict. Player 2's coming hot. So now we have her mother involved, and that face right there says it all. She is upset. She's striking the classic pose here. This is like the Heisman pose for Karen. She's got the hand on the hip. She's pointing with the other hand. She's got the finger out, the stern face that says, I'm gonna call corporate.
Be quiet. Yeah. So who's screaming? Really?
Get the fuck away from us! You are not respecting our boundaries!
We got 6 feet here.
You're not 6 feet from our boat! Get away!
Okay.
Again, I want to reiterate, I don't really understand what this is even about. I don't know why she's upset, nor do I understand what 35 has to do with all of this. This is all just a very complex riddle to me, but if I had to try and piece together the lore here and explain the narrative, I would guess that the issue is Slot 35. Slot 35, as we all know, Slot 35 on this dock carries the Karen curse. And these new arrivals here on their boat didn't pay the proper fee. So now, just like in Indiana Jones, they've triggered the booby trap and it being swarmed by screaming Karens.
On Mother's Day,
Oh, yeah?
a boat.
Oh. Okay. What's the problem?
Get the fuck off of our dock!
Oh, really? Your dog? Why are you like that?
Because on Mother's
We're
Day,
being so nice to you.
Damn it, I want to know what happened on Mother's Day, but her fucking daughter keeps cutting off her story, so I'm missing out on crucial plot details. I need to know what the fuck happened on Mother's Day on this dock.
This is not your mooring! If you paid to moor your boat here, there would be no issue, sir. Just go to your own mooring. What number? This is 35!
Really?
Just go to your own mooring.
So what's the problem with 35?
That you do not book this fucking slot! Get away!
So this is where it really started to confuse me. This has a lot of twists and turns. So it seems the issue is she doesn't think they paid for it, but how would she know? She clearly doesn't work here, or at least doesn't appear to be on duty if nothing else, so how could she possibly know whether or not this slot was paid for by them? And to go off a hunch to be screaming and shouting like this, and by the way, she does have a great scream. This sounds like the scream that was sampled in that old Skrillex song. It just seems like overkill. Like, why are you that passionate about a dock slot to a dock that you neither work at nor own?
So what if I have 35? Don't hit. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Just don't touch me. Don't touch me. So, what is the problem, though?
You need to leave.
Be quiet.
Both of you.
Be quiet. Just be quiet. She's speaking.
Can you tell me what your name is?
You fucking fool, you thought it was over. You thought it was only those two characters? No. In fact, there was a raid boss the entire time, the final boss of the boat here. The fucking dude comes out here and looking like a time traveler, and he's ready to go all in. We got Captain Richard in the mega mix now.
And which slip you claim you're...
No, I wouldn't. Who are you?
My name is Richard M. Trump. What is your name?
I don't give a shit about what my name is. I don't have to give my name. I don't have to give my name. Look.
I'm still debating on whether it's Captain Rick or Captain Richard. I couldn't quite hear, but they started screaming Rick when he started to go for like a fucking stage dive going after the guy. Unfortunately, he lost his sunglasses in the scuffle to try and get off the boat there. He was shuffling his feet a little too hard, and his daughter fucking slapped the sunglasses right off of his collar, so he can't be too happy about how this developed. Then she gets physical by pushing him, so I mean, it's truly turning into an all-out brawl here on Dock 35. And the screeching is reaching even new heights that I didn't even think were possible before. Her vocal cords have been trained to withstand all types of fucking banshee wailing here. She is going to a brand new degree. She's like a superhero.
Okay, alright. So now I'm gonna call the police on you. So now I'm gonna have to... You...
Both of my daughters!
Both
of my girls!
No, I'm gonna call...
Unfortunately, this is where the video comes to its conclusion. An unsatisfying cliffhanger. He drops a bomb by saying, both of my daughters. So throw out the fan theory about the older woman being the younger girl's mom, because he has just revealed that they are both his daughters with like a 50-year age gap. That is crazy. And it's so upsetting that I can't see the end of the video because the guy, he stopped recording to call the police, I imagine. But which makes sense, but it really is a shame that it's not documented more.
You need to leave. You need to leave. We're not serving you.
Hold on, guys. Okay.
Excuse me, but you did say that she needs to go back to her country. What is that?
This is another pretty confusing one because the Karen here obviously doesn't work at this market here or isn't associated with it, yet she's trying to say who they're allowed to serve. It's not like she's in uniform or anything. I highly doubt this is the dress code for the market, a fucking zebra dress while smuggling beach balls in their ass. That probably wouldn't be encouraged.
Excuse me, this is what this whole world...
White people are not from this country. Don't serve her. Yeah, you do not serve her racist ass.
You don't tell... No. Continue serving,
You need to leave. You're not a part of this. You need to leave. You're not a part of this. No. No, you do not come in here and use the F word and swear and call me a B-I-T-C-H.
It's pretty cute how she spells out bitch instead of saying it out loud like it's Voldemort's name. But then she goes and calls the girl a bitch. But I don't know. It's all over the place. She doesn't want to say bitch to this guy, but she'll call the other girl a bitch to her face. It's weird. It's a weird tactic that she's got going here, and it doesn't work out well for her.
I never even said that word.
I said she is, and you're not a part of it. So you get out of here. I know. I said she is, and that's why she's leaving. So you will leave too.
No.
It's always pretty crazy to me how Karens think that they're the law. Like, when they say someone's leaving, they've got to fucking leave. Even though Karens are probably the least intimidating people in the world, people just laugh at you.
Where were you born, bitch? I was born in America, bitch. Where are your ancestors from? They're not from this country. You're going back to Mexico. Bitch, you better go back to where you're from.
You just walked into her. Excuse me?
Hey, bitch, you just touched me.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you deserved it, in my opinion.
So this is a mistake I haven't seen very many Karens make. She actually went after someone that wasn't defenseless. You see, typically when a Karen's having a public meltdown episode, she's channeling all that energy at a worker or someone that cannot fight back or else they'd lose their job or something like that. Whereas here, she's going after just another customer. Like, there's no reason why she can't just get her shit slapped, which is what happened. She pushed the girl, and since she wasn't gonna be fired for slapping her, slapped the shit out of her. She deserved it. The Karen started it. She just simply forgot the main rule when it comes to Karening. You have to go after defenseless people for your meltdowns. Otherwise, you are gonna get your shit slapped. It's time I introduce you to the most powerful organization on the planet. More powerful than any government that currently exists, more aggressive than Scientology, more secretive than the Men in Black. I'm talking of the Freedom to Breathe Agency. The FTBA has existed for as long as humans have, subtly guiding our history and shaping human evolution. Kind of like Area 51, they've been nothing but a myth, a legend, talked about in hushed whispers behind dumpsters, and never really understanding the full scope of the power the FTBA OTPHJ holds until recently. The Freedom to Breathe Agency has gone into the public eye, rising to the surface to be at the forefront of justice with one simple mission: refuse to wear a mask and sue anyone that politely asks you to. The Freedom to Breathe Agency is obviously started by those brain-rotted Karens that think if you put anything over your face, it's going to suffocate and kill you. So with the same mentality as children who think the Easter Bunny is leaving Easter eggs around their house, these Karens believe that our God-given right to breathe air is being stepped on. So let's go ahead and see how they're combating this.
That you guys been challenging people on these subjects. Okay, so we are with FTBA, the Freedom to Breathe Agency. We are with the people organization, making sure that people's constitutional rights, civil and federal laws are not broken, okay? And so you personally need to take this to your manager because you personally can be sued for this.
This is a rare sighting of one of the elites of the Freedom to Breathe Agency here. This woman who looks like a methed out Paris Hilton is issuing this employee a citation letting her know that she is personally liable to be sued should she ever ask someone to wear a mask again. God forbid the FTBA be within earshot of a mask request because they will pounce on you. They will fuck you in the mouth and the ass at the same time. Because the FTBA, they don't play around. When it comes to the right to breathe air, nobody enforces it better. They're like the air mafia. Air may have started as God's creation in their eyes, but now the FTBA has become more powerful than God himself. They own the air. It's their monopoly, and they get to choose who's breathing the air and how they're breathing the air. And while they may not be an actual legitimate federal agency, that doesn't stop them from being scary as fuck. I mean, just look at that official badge she's wearing here. whipped up in Microsoft Paint over the course of 15 laborious minutes. Like, come on. You're defenseless against these arbiters of justice. If you see one of these members walking down the street with this badge, turn around and just go the other fucking way, because you're not even worthy of breathing the same air that they are, unless they're trying to serve you a lawsuit, which you will likely deserve because you had the audacity to ask one of these post-menopausal women to put on a fucking mask, you goddamn swine.
Okay?
I'm just following the store policy.
I'm telling you, you have probably paid $15 an hour or $12 an hour, okay? But you are putting yourself into a major legal liability.
It always just blows me away how these miserable, dusty, crusty old harpies just can't resist the urge to be an asshole at every possible opportunity, throwing this woman's wage in her face for no reason other than to condescend to her, even though this lady's likely never had a job and just mooches off of her husband's successful career, which is why she has so much free time to make shitty badges and bullshit lawsuits out of fucking nowhere, and yet she still feels entitled enough to shit on someone who is working for a living. It is pathetic, truly fucking sad and pathetic, and especially for the FTBA, who's trying to be like an official organization, to go do shit like this. It's fucking silly. I mean, the whole thing is fucking silly. I don't even know why I'm trying to even give them the generosity of saying trying to pursue an official organization, because they're not and they never will be, they never could be. It is actually an organization fronted by miserable old women like this. You can see her friend from the fucking 50 Shades of Grey book club is filming this entire thing, thinking that this is somehow in the right for their Facebook group, in which they do have a private Facebook group. The FTBA is just such cowardly bullshit Karens. They can't have a public Facebook group because they're just so goddamn sensitive. But they do have a website, so hats off to them there. It's a dog shit website, but at least they can almost use the internet to some capacity other than just hiding in garbage Facebook groups.
Wow. Okay? Alright. Okay, you guys need to be careful.
Look at how proud she is of herself. This is the most she's accomplished since she was on the high school cheer squad 50 years ago. Once again, the supermarket is safe thanks to the FTBA. If there's air, there's justice. I guarantee this woman thinks she's one of the nicest people in the world. They all do for some reason, because these delusional idiots all think that they're doing the world a favor by harassing employees at retail stores and just people in general. They think that they're doing the world a favor by just being these miserable assholes. And they just genuinely think they're in the right no matter what you say to them, no matter what you could possibly prove to them. You'll never convince them that they're anything more than just a miserable piece of shit. So, that's the sad reality of it, but the FTBA doesn't stop and start with this one woman here. Like I said, it is trying to be an organization, and they've created these fake mask exemption cards that I'm sure you've seen by now, because for some reason these were very popular. Pretty sure they were just handing them out at like local retirement homes or some shit like that. But this little hall monitor badge here does absolutely nothing for you. This would be about as useful as giving someone a Pokemon card and then saying this proves that you're exempt from wearing a face mask in public. It's a whole bunch of fucking bullshit. In fact, the Department of Justice had to come out and say, no, we didn't issue these cards, this is bullshit. And if you ask me, that should be a crime to print cards like this and claim that it's from an official entity when it's not. I think they should be completely sued and each member of the FTBA hold personally liable in each suit on an individual level, just like how this woman in the supermarket was saying to the employee. I think that would be some poetic justice. It takes one glance at this library card to realize that it's fake, but even still, it doesn't stop these fucking brainwashed idiots from using this as something real. For some reason, people are convinced this is a legitimate thing, even though it has been proven from the actual Department of Justice to be bullshit. Which goes back to what I was saying, that even when you can objectively prove something is wrong, people will still believe it just for the sake of believing it, which is sad, but it is what it is. This whole thing is like some shit out of a Saturday morning cartoon, like a scam that Ed, Ed and Eddie would have used to get some jawbreakers, making fucking cards saying you're exempt from something. That is just the silliest concept, and these people are actual goddamn toddlers. I wouldn't be surprised if they got this idea from a cartoon. But yeah, anyway, just wanted to make you all aware of one of the most powerful organizations out there. So, sleep in fear, sleep with one eye open, knowing that the FTBA, the Freedom to Breathe Agency, is always watching. They're everywhere and nowhere. That's it. See ya. Welcome, class. Today we'll be taking a look at the male Karens of the world. They are not a myth, they are very real. As the leading epidemiologist in Karen bullshit, I figured it was only right that we start turning our attention towards the male Karens out there. Yes, these male Karens, these Karemins, are a bit more rare than the Karens we're used to seeing in the labs, which is of course the postmenopausal, wrinkly, sunburnt women whose genes have been corrupted by generations worth of incest, so much so that they now believe wearing a mask will instantly suffocate them. But just because the Karemins are fewer in number doesn't mean that they're any less fucking dumb. So let's go ahead and take a look at a few.
Want to say that again? Would you like to say that again?
What you're about to see here is the tough guy Karen. I'm gonna do a little psychic reading, a little FBI analysis. Using only his voice, I can deduce that this man is bald, with a barbed wire tattoo on his upper left arm, and a skull on fire tattoo on his right pec. This man basically modeled his whole fucking life after Wild Hogs. He says, yep, that's what I want to look like, a generic background biker. And I'm not just saying this because I've seen a picture of this fucking loser. I mean, you can basically listen to him and just hear it in his voice, you know what I mean? This guy is very upset because a worker politely asked if he'd wear a mask, and that was a declaration of war attacking his fragile ego, and he's so insecure that he starts filming and shaming her in public at her workplace until she starts crying.
Hi, it's okay. It's my, she just asked me to place a mask on, so I just thought I'd record it, that's all. That's fine, yeah. So, do I still have to wear a mask? Because I'm just shopping and you shot me, that's all. I just walked in and I'm just being told to wear a mask by some woman I don't even know.
Oh, fuck, Jesus Christ, not a mask, no! That's the work of the devil! If this guy put a mask on, it'd sap away his masculine energy, it'd make him lose 5 pounds of his non-existent muscle. Oh, shit, no. No wonder he's getting so upset. Yeah, the rational thing to do when asked to wear a mask is to start recording, obviously.
Are you telling me to wear a mask? You just said to me, would you like to wear a mask? Are you forcing me to wear a mask? Are you asking me to wear a mask? Excuse me, why are you getting stressed out for? You've just approached me with a mask and said, would you like to put this on? Why are you getting upset for? I would suggest you go and calm yourself down outside and relax. Don't come to customers and tell them what to do. We're shopping. Thank you. Sort your emotions out first before you get a job.
Oh, what a big man. Well, good work, brother. You see the way he took her down? That'll be the last time she ever tries to help a customer. That'll fucking teach her. You don't tussle with the lack of muscle here. This guy put the smack down on her. Hulkmania ran wild here. Trying to muzzle this kind of masculine monster? You gotta be fucking crazy. But yeah, speaking of jobs, this guy was recently fired, so I'd take his advice when it comes to employment with a grain of salt. He's not very good at it.
What the fuck? You shot that man! Call 911! They shot that man! What the fuck? You shot that man! You're not giving us food! You shouldn't have done that! He assaulted me! Where are we going now?
I love the way McLovin here marches after him with his phone in hand. It's fucking wild. So this is a bit of a different one. This is a man who is not an anti-masker. He's very much on the side of masks and is upset about a man who didn't have a mask, which is understandable. If this guy even knew how to wear his own fucking mask, this guy's wearing it like a condom that's too goddamn big. He's not even covering his own fucking nose. It's just wild. So this guy loves masks, as he should, and people that don't wear a mask out in public, yeah, huge nuisance and a detriment. But he can't even wear his own fucking mask correctly, and he's having this kind of temper tantrum meltdown. This kind of shit always puts a smile on my face, though, the people that just scream, "Assault! Assault! I've been assaulted!" when they've been, like, lightly bumped. Like, this guy's fucking screeching and squealing like he just stepped on a landmine or something, when really what happened is he just got lightly bumped because he's in his face with his phone. The guy was like, oh, get the fuck off of me. And then he just totally goes into meltdown mode, destroys an entire rack of pizza for some reason. It's not like the guy he's mad at works at the pizza place or owns it or anything. That does nothing except make it really tough for the fucking workers there. So he's just a huge douchebag asshole. And then he starts blaming the pizza place. Why did you serve him food? Did you not see what he did to me? He almost killed me with that little body bump. What have you done? You gave him food. And then he chases him down. This guy's just like a hall monitor. Stop running in the hallways. And then just like slowly walks after them. It's just pretty embarrassing. Very embarrassing, in fact.
Thank you for coming out.
No problem. By any chance, do you have a mask?
No, I don't.
Do you mind to put your
shirt on top right here, so it's gonna be really appreciated. I'm sorry?
You believe in that shit?
Here comes jolly old Saint Nicholas here. He gets upset about the mask almost immediately and denies the existence of the virus and how he doesn't trust the government. Standard brainwashed Facebook dumb fucking shit.
Oh, it's taking me to the freeway. You want to take that way, or you gonna...
Well, if you want to drive around me all night long without a mask, that's fine. If you want to get me home quick, you go that way.
That's fine.
Up to you. I don't like you.
Big baby boy with the I don't like you comment. Like I've said, all of these anti-mask people are literal children. They have the same thoughts and the same capabilities mentally as children. I guarantee if Richard, his name is Richard, put his hand over his eyes, he'd think the world disappeared.
You don't like me? You want to get out?
No, I want you to take my ass home and give me a shitty review.
You know what? You can get out right now.
I'm not getting out right now.
Yes.
Nope, I've got a contract with you and I've got a ride with you.
Yes, he does.
You can't do that.
Yes, I can.
You try, go ahead.
Don't worry, Richard, he is. That's why the car has stopped moving.
Nope, it's my car.
You represent Lyft.
One then suit Lyft.
And your little candy-ass faggy white glasses.
Mm-hmm.
Richard's really letting the demon out today, and the driver has been more than generous. He should have just drove away the second he saw Richard didn't have a mask, but he made an exception saying, hey, alright, can you at least put your shirt over your mouth or something like that? And all Richard had to do was keep his fucking hand over his mouth and shut the fuck up, and he would have gotten home with no problem at all. But these anti-mask lunatics are just so combative and so fucking dumb, they can't help but make everything an argument and a fight.
I just fucking crush your fucking skull right now.
You're on video.
I'm not gonna do that though, because I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot.
Right, no, of course, no one would ever think you're an idiot.
Yeah, you're on video right now.
I'm not an idiot. Just take me home.
No.
And I won't give you a review. Just take me home.
Nope.
I mean, you can say a lot of things about Richard, but you can't say he's an idiot. He's only, threatening to kill this man on video because he asked him to wear a mask, and when Richard got to be a big old asshole about it, he asked him to get out. He's not a fucking idiot, though.
I finished the trip already. Get out of my car. Please.
Out of your car?
Yes.
Yeah, how about a please? Boy.
It's
Okay,
different.
so I'll just have to call Lyft and then complain about it.
Go ahead.
Okay, that's what I'll do then.
Go ahead. I have video.
Yeah, you got video?
Yeah.
You got video?
Yeah.
Hey, you got video? You got video? Where
You
you
speak English,
from?
but you don't.
Hawaii?
I'm from here.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
You're a fucking wetback.
And you are?
I'm an American motherfucker. I fought for
I'm
the country for 3 times.
He's an American motherfucker? Damn, that's patriotic. Richard's racist, he's an asshole, and I guarantee he went home on his Facebook group to brag about this, about how he was some kind of hero, and how he fought for his right to not wear a mask against his Lyft driver, and then got his ride canceled because he was a fascist or some shit. I actually don't really know how they talk on Facebook. It's baffling, but I'm pretty confident in saying he most likely went home to brag about it online. There is a happy ending to this, though. Richard did get banned from Lyft, which is nice. And there's, of course, a lot more male Karens, but these were the 3 from the last week or so that I just thought were the most interesting. So, yeah, that's about it. So, yeah. The world is currently experiencing record levels of Karen activity, and scientists are still baffled as to why. I truly don't get why there's been so much Karen shit going on out there right now. Maybe it really is something with Wi-Fi. Maybe 5G is causing these middle-aged women to be more prone to meltdowns and just losing their shit in public. I couldn't tell you, but it is absolutely remarkable. So I'd like to show you what a max level Karen looks like, the final boss of Karens. This is like in Power Rangers when all the Zords come together and fuse to form the Megazord, but with all the Karens coming together, fusing into the Mega Metapause. This lady is pretty notorious, in fact. There's been a lot of sightings of her. She's like Sasquatch, but without the blurry photos and a lot less cool.
Hey, listen to me. We don't play games here anymore, okay? Next time you ever talk to me like that, you're gonna get your ass kicked by my family. They're gonna fuck you up.
Look at her. She looks like an angel here, a heavenly glow shining down upon her, the Archangel of Wine. So this is a very popular video I'm sure a lot of you have seen. This was our first exposure to this wonderful woman. And one thing I'd like to point out is sometimes you can just tell by looking at someone that they're an unpleasant person to be around. This lady's dressed like she's in the witness protection program here, trying to conceal her real identity. This outfit just screams, I'm an angry old lady.
What did I do?
Right. They're gonna fuck you
Why?
up.
What did I do?
Because you are an asshole. Look at the whole stairs to
But
yourself.
you had these
Why
stairs
don't you
and
go
that
somewhere
stairs?
else where you can go to a gym? This is not just for you.
Her voice is an absolute assault on the ears. The screeching is so high-pitched it's like some kind of weapon that'd be used for crowd control. She sounds like if Miss Piggy inhaled a ton of helium and then got, like, tickled. It's a truly ear-piercing screech. I don't know how anyone could stand to even be around that voice for long enough. She's like an X-Men, but like an evil X-Men, so like one of Magneto's crew. It's truly terrible to listen to. And apparently the issue is the girl was stretching on these stairs, and the old lady wanted to go down the stairs, which she still managed to do, but she didn't like the fact that she was stretching on the stairs. She just went down, so I guess... you know, she wants the stairs entirely to herself. I don't know how the fuck she walks downstairs and why someone stretching on them would be such a hindrance unless she's walking down like this, trying to take up as much space as possible. I have no idea how she could possibly have found trouble getting down there just because she was stretching on them.
Oh, you
Get
need
the fuck out of this world. Get the fuck out of this state. Go back to whatever fucking Asian country you belong in.
Okay,
You
racist.
little fucking bitch. This is not your place.
In a surprise to absolutely no one, she turns out to be racist, and if you look on her chest, it looks like she's got Tony Stark's arc reactor coming out of her chest, but what it actually is a gold medal. So congratulations to her for receiving the gold medal in racism presented by the Deep South Sister Kissing Committee.
This is not your home. We do not want you here. You put that on Facebook. I hope you do, because every fucking person will beat the crap out of you from here on out.
These are the people that use Facebook. Facebook is a fucking curse. I guarantee she thinks the only website on the internet is Facebook. It's just the only place she goes. It's where she gets all of her fucking garbage. It's truly a terrible place. But I don't even understand her delusional logic. Like, I hope you put this on Facebook because people beat the shit out of you. Why? I don't understand. She hasn't even, like, said a word. So her just filming her meltdown is somehow gonna get the filmer beat up. I think Meemaw's been hitting the sauce a little too hard. She's living in a fantasy world. I just can't understand the logic. Hey, look at this video of an old woman melting down. Let's beat up the person that filmed it. Like, even this lady's inbred family would probably be on the side of the girl filming this. Like, yeah, Grandma was looking like a real piece of shit on this one.
Don't you ever say, oh Jesus, to me when I want to use the stairs, you little bitch.
There's other stairs.
You are a sick, fucking, ignorant teenager.
Oh, thank you.
Fucking what, middle-aged woman? Who wears black in California sun? Who the fuck wears black? Are you an idiot? You wear black in California sun? Seriously?
Wow.
Now, I'm no expert on the California sun, but I'm gonna wager a guess and say it's not too different from just the normal sun. I'm pretty sure, and take this with a grain of salt, wearing black in the sun is probably okay, but this isn't the end of this lady. This was only our first encounter, the first phase of the boss battle. In fact, this outrageous octogenarian walked away in this video to go to her car in a nearby parking lot where she was filmed again being loud, yelling, and racist. So she was really just on a spree this day. She was speedrunning racism.
Great. Did you just make a racist comment?
You know what? I am not a racist person.
You just made a
But you know
racist
what?
comment.
You need to go home.
That's right, baby. The Princess of Piss is back, and this time in HD. She's up close and in your ass. Experience the highly anticipated sequel to The Meltdown on the Stairs. New York Times is giving this one 2 thumbs way up.
I am from here.
Look it. Go home.
I am here from here.
Go home. I don't care about your Facebook or your video.
Oh, okay. You're
Do you
making
know
a
how
racist
many
comment
people
right
can't
now?
stand you being here?
Great.
You play games. We don't play games.
Oh, what kind of game are you playing?
I play games where you get fucked to death.
That sounds like a very aggressive game. I consider myself an elite gamer, and not even I would play a game like that. Now, if you've been paying attention, you'll have noticed that she said this exact same thing to the girl, minus the getting fucked to death part. She left that part of the game out. But she did say to the girl on the stairs, we don't play games. So game time for this lady is over. Kaput. She has put the kibosh on game time. She doesn't like games anymore. She quit. You know, she said, Bethesda's taken my money one too many times for garbage products. I'm done playing games. Now, I'm fucking to death or something. It's hard to say, but she clearly liked games, but she doesn't like games anymore, so now she keeps bringing up games.
Oh, okay. Well, great. Let me take your card. Let me
put your number plate too.
You get away
Great.
from me.
So this lady.
You are gonna go to real jail now.
I cut out the part where he's showing her license plate, but she was saying she's gonna call the police on him now. I can't imagine what for, but this lady just hates Asian people. So I can't even imagine what this fucking police phone call she's planning is going to even consist of. Yes ma'am, what seems to be the emergency? Yeah, this guy's Asian? What do you mean, go fuck myself?
Well, great, you are.
Kind of man?
I think you're going.
You understand me, kind of man? You understand me, kind of man?
Respect.
Respect.
Respect people.
Respect.
Lady.
I can't understand your language,
Respect,
China man.
lady.
Respect? Then you move your car. You're
There you
way
go.
too close. Get away from me.
There you go. You don't even know how to park the car.
Yeah, I forgot, can't cut out the license plate here, but I definitely need to show you what this is about. So she's super mad because his car is close to hers because she can't fucking park her car. It's fucking terrible parking job. I don't know if she's drunk driving or just too old to be behind the wheel of a vehicle, but this shit is deplorable. And he's not even that close to her car at all. She just really wanted an excuse to be racist again. She hadn't had her fill from like an hour before this. It's crazy. It's hard to even imagine an old lady as unlikable as she is. Just a giant asshole.
You don't even know. There you go.
Do you know who my family is? Do you know who your family is? Go home to your family.
Here she goes again, mentioning her family. She's speaking like an affluent teen in high school who's bragging about daddy's riches. She's treating it like it's some Game of Thrones shit where her family's gonna come out of nowhere riding on horseback to save her from nothing. I mean, she's not like in anything. She just creates her own problems and embarrasses herself. She's just a big piece of shit.
This is from your government.
Respect,
Go home.
lady.
Go home.
Get
This is
educated
from my
and
government.
respect.
This is from my government.
Get
Go home.
educated
You are
and
so
respect.
fucked. You're gonna get fucked. Your
Get
kids are gonna get fucked.
respect.
Yeah, I think Grandma's been reading too much 50 Shades of Grey. She just talks about everyone getting fucked, apparently. It's contaminated her.
This is my
Get
country.
educated and respect, lady.
This is my
Did you
country,
finish
and
college?
This is from my government.
Did you finish
Go
college?
Home.
Did you finish
Put
college?
that on your Facebook.
Did you?
You know what?
Did you?
You are nothing. What did you say?
You're nothing.
I said,
Exactly.
what?
You're nothing right there.
What?
Lady, get educated and respect.
Little boyfriend.
That's where the video ends, unfortunately. It seems like it continued, but he probably just got bored of listening to her, like, regress into baby form. Like, her intelligence was literally getting shit out of her body. Like, every pore was just losing intelligence. She just started forgetting how to speak. It just got rough. So I understand why he probably stopped recording, and unfortunately this is where the saga of this old woman comes to a close, but what an exciting one it was. A very impressive Karen meltdown and racist rant. It's fucking wild stuff. But we're not done yet. In fact, I got a little surprise for you. A bonus Karen coming in hot.
Property? Hi, I'm asking you if this is your property.
Why are you asking?
Because it's private property. Because it's private property, sir.
This is some shit straight out of a horror movie. This is a haunted Karen. If Karens were Pokemon, this would be a ghost type. This shit is truly terrifying. Just like the pan up to her weird, smiling, odd fucking... It was unnerving is the right word for this situation here.
You're defacing private property, or is this your building? You're free to express your opinion, but not on people's property.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Sure.
Just respectfully.
Sure.
So we're just saying, absolutely, your signs and everything, and that's good. This is not the way to do it.
Okay.
It's private property.
Every time the camera panned to that Redditor dude off to the side there and then back to the lady, I expected her to be a little bit closer to the camera, like right out of those mannequin scares where the mannequin moves when the character stops looking at it. That's what I was expecting, but unfortunately she's keeping her distance here and still just kind of frightening people from a little ways away.
If I did live here and it was my property, this would be absolutely fine. And you don't know if I live here or if this is my property.
We actually do know. That's why we're asking.
Oh, really? Because you live here, right? You said so.
Because we know the person who does live here.
Oh, okay. Then I suggest you call him or call the police. Or because you're accusing me of a crime, correct?
He's beginning to anger the Karen spirit here. I'll be honest, it's kind of boring after this point because it's just idle conversation here. It's not too great and then they eventually walk away. I just thought this one was especially odd just considering the way it was filmed. It really does feel Like it's one of those, you know, Blair Witch type deals here, the way that it's executed. So just thought that'd be a nice little fun bonus Karen round to have in here. It's 5:45 a.m. I couldn't sleep and I figured a lullaby was in order, and what's more relaxing than listening to the screeching and screaming of some wild Karens. Just wonderful voices. The 30 years worth of chain smoking and air duster huffing has left them with these divine pipes that are just a true joy to behold, really soothing on the ears. It's like listening to an angel get hit by a dump truck over and over again.
You don't need a mask. This is an American Disability Act because I am hard of hearing.
The universe is infinitely expanding every second of every day, and I think the reason why it keeps expanding is because it wants to get as far away from this fucking planet as possible because it's embarrassed by people like this. She says she can't wear a mask due to being hard of hearing. How the fuck does that make any sense? How does being hard of hearing make it so you can't wear a mask? That's like me saying I can't wear a seatbelt because I get hemorrhoids from time to time.
And I have a right
Robert?
to speak my mind, and I have a right to see your lips because you do not, under any circumstances, violate.
Y'all should call the police.
Either serve me, I paid you, give me my pizza, and we'll go.
Now, if that's not a motivational speech that'll have you throwing your fists in the air, then I don't know what is. Her speech right there is up there with the greats, like the JFK choose to go to the moon speech. This is one that history will remember. It sounds like a middle schooler giving a class presentation on a topic they didn't research, so they're just up there winging it. This is a violation of my pizza. Please?
You need to back the fuck away from me, lady.
You know what?
What, Karen? What, Karen?
I don't give a fuck because I have a right to my pizza.
Oh yeah, that's right. I almost forgot about this one in the Constitution. One of the most powerful amendments. Thou shalt not be declined a slice of pizza. It sounds more like one of the 10 Commandments, actually. It probably is. Moses just forgot to carry the 11th commandment down the mountain, so he just left that tablet up there, but it was one of the most important ones. God was like, hey, this is a big one. Everyone's entitled to some pizza, alright? You fucking understand?
I have a right to get my order, and I have a right.
If you get any closer to me, you're going to have a right on that floor.
And if you don't serve, if you have the right to refuse service to any person for any reason whatsoever, yes, we do. No, you don't. No, you don't.
Lady.
I like how this woman's just tossing out 1,000 different rights all willy-nilly. I have the right to a pizza. I have the right to make an order. I have the right to an attorney. I have the right to stick a vibrator up my asshole while reading 50 Shades of Grey. And then when the business says, well, we have rights too, she's like, wait a minute, that's illegal. No, you can't do that. No, you don't have any rights. I'm the only one that gets to choose who has rights. The only rights that exist are the ones that I think exist. Everyone's so goddamn entitled. Everyone likes to think that they're so special, that Santa Claus visits them and only them once a year because they're just so good, that their own personal beliefs and their own personal rights overwrite those of others. It's just the selfishness is sickening.
I'll tell you what. If you continue with what you're telling me, I will have the right. I will. No, you do not. Because I have a medical disability. I don't care.
Unfortunately, she got cut off, but you already know she was going to threaten to sue them. She got the finger out. When you bring the finger out, this says one of two things. A, I'm coming to sue you, or B, bend over because I'm putting this in your butthole. One thing I've been thinking about recently is the majority of these Karens, they have a family. Like, not just a dumb fucking husband that hasn't had an erection for 30 years, but they have kids. How do those kids feel, I wonder? You know, to be the son or daughter of someone like this. Do you think that they're like that as well? I don't know. It's something that keeps me awake at night. Like, is their stupidity rubbing off on their kids? Or are the kids rising above the challenge? Like a phoenix rising from the ashes of Karens. It's just something that I think about quite a bit. And I guarantee she has like 9 kids, 10 kids. People this fucking dumb always do.
I don't give a shit. Walk on my sword. Do you know the law? And on hip hop? Do you know the law on hip hop?
What do you mean you don't need to release your name? If you paid for the pizza online, you absolutely should tell them your name. Otherwise, anyone could just walk in and take your pizza. I mean, they would have hell to pay if they took this woman's pizza. There would be an unholy storm. 7 plagues would fall upon that person that stole this goblin's pizza. But let's not even go down that fantasy, because that just wouldn't happen. People would know better. They'd know it's her pizza. They'd fucking feel that spiritual pressure, like, on the pizza. But, I mean, why is she so afraid to just say, hey, this is my name, I ordered that pizza, and it'd probably just get taken care of right then and there. She waits in her car, they just bring that shit out. Like, it's pretty simple. But they like to make this big song and dance out of it, and make them, like, this whole big spectacle about how great and right they are, and how everyone else is wrong. And I'm so tired of these people talking about laws. It's not a law, it's not a law, it's not a law. As if that fucking matters. Incest is against the law, but it doesn't stop them. These people are the product of 10 generations worth of inbreeding. So it's not like even if it was a law, they'd all of a sudden respect it and start wearing a mask. They still just wouldn't do it.
You see how people are. Here you got another Karen.
This guy's absolutely right. Here we have another Karen. I really wish the lady behind the counter just slapped her with the pizza. Okay, you want your pizza? What was that? Double cheese? And then turn it into like a WWE show. Alright, you want your fucking 2 slices of pizza, huh? Then slams them together like Stone Cold's beers and just drinks the grease right in front of her. Then throws the remnants at her. That sounds reasonable. If you don't have a mask and you order pizza online, wait in your car and we'll bring it to you. Now, how does the enraged Karen whose watering hole has just been shit in by not being able to get this pizza, how does she respond to something so reasonable? You can see for one brief second, in this Karen's rotted mind, she was like, wow, that just made a lot of sense. But I've committed so hard, I have to keep going. No, give me it right now. Fuck the car. What's a car? I came here on a fucking wagon like the Flintstones. Look at me. Just give me the fucking pizza right now.
I'm just waiting on my pizza. Huh? Huh? Yes. Yes.
Defeated and hungry, this pizza Karen predator leaves the hunting ground, recognizing there will be no prey for her today, no pizza for her to feast upon, so she heads back to the swamp. Or at least that's what you think. But we haven't even met Mr. Pizza Karen yet.
I have a First Amendment right, and I am doing my First Amendment right. You want to hide behind it? You hide behind it. Show me the law, not a statement. You show me the law that says I have to. Show me the law. You can't.
That's a mic drop right there, ladies and gentlemen. He fucking got us. When I first saw this, I thought this was a celebrity appearance, a little celebrity cameo from Tom Arnold. This guy looks a lot like Tom Arnold if he was drunk driving a Dodge pickup truck or whatever the fuck he's driving. I don't think it's Tom Arnold. I mean, I guess it could be, but it's probably not. Either way, Pizza Karen really came out here, put on quite the show, and unfortunately it didn't pan out for her. She didn't get the pizza, so she probably took that bad attitude to Domino's or some shit. So I feel bad for everyone who worked in the pizza industry within a 10-mile radius of that spot on that day, because it was like a fucking apocalypse with the Pizza Karen on the prowl. But anyway, that's about it. See ya.